They gon' respect it if it's authentic, no fraud image. I don't applaud gimmicks, so-called killing, no frauds in this. That's unacceptable.
What's happening, man? It's your boy Boss Man Busy.
YJ the author here.
We're back in the lab once again, man. And in case you've been up under a goddamn rock, you probably miss the light-skinned bandit. He has struck again. And there's a lot of speculations about this Fighting Irish freestyle that he done, but it was recorded. Someone was recording him rapping it, and that was kind of weird. But me and Jizzle are here to break it down like we do.
Yeah, and when it come to that whole, the optics of it, how it looks, I honestly think he's going. It sounds like he going over his rhymes before he get in the booth. That's just how it came off to me, because there were some bars in there, they were a little slow, a little behind the beat. It's like he's working on his timing and things like that. So I thought it was interesting, though. I don't know why this would be put out.
You think that was his phone recording, or that was somebody in the studio?
I honestly, I think that was Conductor recording it. Now, I would have to look, but I think what I heard is that this was those clips were put on Conductor's IG or some shit. Don't quote me on that, but that's I did hear a content creator say that.
And I'm hoping that Drake gave Conductor permission to do that, which
right.
You would think he have enough respect for him to act first before putting this shit out on social media, because we know once social media get their hands on it, it's go time.
Oh yeah.
I love you.
Yeah. The summer is over, I missed it. Barrel was smoking, I kissed it. Fair showed us the renters for Texas, it's unrealistic. Cut him the check, cause I hate reviewing the budgets and limits. Just pay the man.
T. Ferris, I think that's what he's talking about. T. Ferris from Houston, and he does work with, I think, Megan Thee Stallion. But if you remember, Mike Jones used to say T. Ferris, like Swisher House, he got a long-standing history in Houston when it comes to Houston artists. So I don't know actually what the connection meant there, but I do think that's what he's talking about, T. Ferris.
Texas is unrealistic. Cut him the check, cause I hate reviewing the budgets and limits. Just pay the man. The world fell in love with the gimmicks. Even my brothers got tickets. Seemed like they loved every minute. Just know the shit is personal to us, and it wasn't just business.
Say, even my brothers got tickets. Of course, we know the main person who the world feel he's taking the shot at is LeBron. So I assume he mean like, his brothers got tickets to the show. And not his show, his op show, which of course we know who that is. That's K-Dot. And I just want to say this, and then we'll go ahead. I don't agree with him being offended by that, because you got to understand, people are fans of hip hop before they're your friends. They didn't grow up knowing you, Drake. Y'all develop a friendship over being famous, being in the same circle. Fans don't get mad because they like K-Dot and his music and shit. So
they said the world fell in love with the gimmicks. Even my brothers got tickets. Seemed like they loved every minute. Oh man, the word play. I'm loving the word. I will say I love, besides the actual, what he's saying, what he's doing technically from a bar perspective. I do love it. But yeah, even my brothers got tickets. Seemed like they loved every minute. We seen what's his name, LeBron up there saying, New Year's bash party, saying every word line for line with Kendrick at the New Year's bash he was at. They got him. It's about a minute video. You can see it anywhere, but
don't forget the Rose and being in the video.
Right. Even my, so.
It's just business. Analyzing behavioral patterns is somewhat suspicious. Niggas was never happy for me when I run up the digits, or when I'm breaking world records still as I guzzle a Guinness, or when I get my fifth made back cause the color is different. Remember we traded watches, I gave you the Arabic dial, you gave me a numbered edition. You would even check up on my son like a pediatrician. Sure convinced the gang that shit was rooted in love when it isn't. Showed me how different we are, there's blessings in juxtaposition. I guess now you boys gotta abandon your summer tradition. Cold shoulders I gave in the Hamptons, it come with the distance. Figured we was always gonna be close like ovens and kitchens. I was sadly mistaken, the loyalty wasn't a given. It's all good.
Again, the wordplay is crazy, but I will say, he said, remember we trading watches, I gave you the Arabic dial, you gave me the numbered edition, you would even check up on my son like a pediatrician. Sure convinced the gang this shit is rooted in love when it isn't. If he's really spending this much time talking to LeBron James on this song, I think that's just crazy. That's why I hope he's talking about somebody fucking else besides a non-rapper. You heard the song at first, and some of these bars were hitting towards more J. Cole.
Right.
And when you said it, I listened again, and I was like,
I think there are some, not all of them. I really don't think all of this is about LeBron. As we continue to listen, we'll hear things. And I don't know if this was one of those double entendres, but he said something about a cold shoulder, and then some things he said after that.
That part, yeah.
Yeah, it caught my attention, like, because we all seen Cole stand 10 toes in the paint for Drake. He said it in his song, you gonna always be my nigga.
You know, he refers to him in that light, so it would make sense.
Gang, this shit was rooted in love when it isn't. Showed me how different we are, there's blessings in juxtaposition. I guess now you boys gotta abandon your summer tradition. Cold shoulders I gave in the Hamptons, it come with the distance. Figured we was always gonna be close like ovens and kitchens. I was sadly mistaken, the loyalty wasn't a given.
Cold shoulders I gave in the Hamptons, it come with the distance. What really, just as a general overlook, what really has Cole done that was, I guess, disloyal to Drake?
I think, for one, the back out, the apology, if we want to call it that, him still wanting to be cool, keep the relationship that he had with Kendrick. I think Drake doesn't like that. But at the same time, he's friends with both of these guys. He don't have to choose. And I'll be honest with you, I think Kendrick wanted to choose. He said some things, one of his rhymes, he was like, I'll choose for you since y'all niggas can't choose sides. And I think that is kind of weird as fuck to me. Like, I'm in the middle. I'm cool with you. I'm cool with him. Okay. K-Dot, you don't like Drake? Drake, you don't like K-Dot. That does not mean I have to pick between who I'm going to fuck with. Nah. But at the same time, he's the middleman and the middle child. So,
well, I believe, that's the only real way I think that can be broken down, to be honest. Like, that's the only thing. Drake looking at him even, saying, hey, I'm out. That's the only real disloyalty. If there is something disloyal, I would agree with you where that's the only disloyalty I can see, in which that ain't even, I mean, hey, shit. It's a business. Y'all really, that mean y'all was associates instead of friends, to be honest. Like,
yeah, I feel like that's the reason why Cole did not want to get in this shit. Like, okay, right. I understand it's a sport. I understand that, but I think my friendship with you means more. But of course, like 50 said, if that's your bro like he said he is, he should understand just like you should understand. At the end of this shit, we're still going to be bros.
Before we move on, the part I will say that sound like some shit with LeBron is when he talked about swapping watches. He gave him the Arabic dial, and like he gave you the numbered editions of watches, and these things are very high quality watches that cost as much as houses. What Drake is talking about, Arabic dials, and these watches that Sudanese or Dubai princes and shit, that the Saudis wear, and the oil, the people who refine oil and shit. These are the only people with these watches. And you know how Cole is. I'm pretty sure Cole got some dope bust downs and Breitlands and all of that shit, but that sound more like some shit that I would think would be a exchange between a LeBron and a Drake, just because how much money them things cost, man.
Right.
And niggas cry the blues for you saying it wasn't malicious. Talking about we family, well, I'm not the cousin to visit. God forbid we ever gotta tarnish your public image. All that brother talk as if I really discovered a sibling. 6 degrees, my memories retrieving our humble beginnings.
See, that sounds like Cole to me.
Yeah, absolutely.
That whole part right there sounds like Cole to me.
Now, which I don't think he would ever come out and said, honestly, yeah, this is about you. But if he was to do that, now it's like, now you're poking. I told y'all I ain't want to be a part of this shit. Okay, fuck it. This is what you want me to give to you then.
All that brother talk as if I really discovered a sibling. 6 degrees, my memories retrieving our humble beginnings. Niggas wanted trouble, grabbed a shovel and dug up some ditches. Cover my body in dirt, but that wasn't me.
That wasn't me.
That was a body double. We've done dozens of switches. Niggas tried to light the front gate up. It wasn't for Christmas. I said a prayer that morning for Sean and it wasn't religious. It came from a place of desperation and utter submission. Rapping was over for now. It came like a sudden decision. I don't give a fuck about you snakes or these other musicians. Niggas started fucking with my family. I'm going to prison. And we all crashing out together, my brother's complicit. Who put a pipe bomb in your trunk? It was an exhibit. I'm trying to blow the doors off that bitch when you touch the ignition. But then I gotta remember who made this shit come to fruition. It's me. Who's got the most to lose and who's in that other position?
This, I do think, is Kendrick right here.
I do too.
Who's got the most to lose and who's in that other position? Signal conversations where I hope they got double encryption. I hate to see their empire crumble on judges' convictions. This nigga pulled a rabbit out their hat and y'all love a magician. It's funny to see you all rejoicing and hugging and kissing. What are we celebrating? I rent out the club at Edition. Nothing was the same with all you bitches and nothing's forgiven. But next time, bury me in gold. My blood is Egyptian. The Dennis James come out when the vodka is flooding my system. I don't have a drinking problem. I got a subtle addiction. I got my father's habits and I got my mother's permission. My dad has another child. I told him that wasn't my sister. Grew up with dozens of Jews, churches with dozens of Christians. Also developed a deep respect for the Muslim religion. I'm staring at my daddy while y'all tell me I wasn't that nigga. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, that last boy, of course, everybody, they're coming at Drake like, you're not part of us. You're not a part of this culture. Pretty much saying you're not black. But he actually is mixed. Cole is mixed. Hell, Chris Brown is mixed. You know what I'm saying?
Black.
So he's black. I think at this point, it's like he became that villain that you spoke of the other day. And I think who started that? K-Dot. We don't want to hear you say nigga no more.
Right. Yeah, he made that a thing. Like he really made that a thing. In which I felt like the angle was trash while I was listening to it. I'm like, it reminds me of battle rappers when they go, like, say if it's a battle rapper from New York and a battle rapper from Atlanta, the battle rapper from New York will go to Atlanta and he gonna use things that people in Atlanta like in his bars to try to win over the crowd, like use a bar and flip something I put 85 in your eye, like use a street name or Westwood, or try to make that connection during the battle with the crowd to say, look, I'm not as much as an outsider as you think. Listen to my bars. I'm speaking to these people right here, and the crowd, they like that shit. So I think that's a little tactic. K-Dot, he playing chess and shit with that shit.
Ain't no rules in it. We know Drake has tried to create rules, throughout this whole beef battle, whatever you want to call it. Oh, you can't say this or you can't do this, to the point where he actually now is getting, his lawyers involved with, let's see if these goddamn streams are real. Like, come on, Drake, this is just a battle, bro. You taking it too far.
I guess in conclusion, I do think the finished product of this song, I think I would like it. If he spit that shit and he spit it with a little more enthusiasm and spit that shit like he's actually trying to record it. Cause the thing is, I've heard Drake spit like that before, where he kind of has this like melancholy, like where he's just talking. He spits like that sometimes, but if he just do what he just did on that same beat and put a little more oomph behind it, a little more conviction behind some of the lines, and play with it a little bit, I think it'll be a dope song.
It will be, and I'm not taking nothing from it. It ain't like the bars is trash. He was actually spitting on there, and that's one thing that I've said, and a lot of other people said, get back to rapping. You know what I'm saying? Now, I didn't say get back to the same lane that got your ass in this damn hot pot as it is. But if you want to do that, then continue on, my brother. You don't want to hear goddamn a Not Like Us too. I promise you, you don't.
Remix featuring Travis. Yeah. Featuring Pusha T, Rick Ross, and everybody else. Oh man. But you know what? That Not Like Us is so large that if he put a remix out in 2025, say the middle of 2025, Not Like Us remix, the shit'll go up again. That's how crazy that big that song is, man.
The people who thought, like myself, Drake's career was over, that'll stamp it. I promise you that.
Nah. Nah, man. This man, hey, he ain't going nowhere, man. I'm gonna keep the same stance. He ain't going nowhere. You got to cut the head off and the body. He is the head. Like, you cut the body off and the head still exists. Like, Kendrick cut his body off, but the head is still there. He's still the face type of thing. So I don't think just yet. It's gonna take a long time, I do think, before we see that. But that's just my opinion.
It's taking a long time to drop some damn music too.
Even when the song drop, go on do the Super Bowl. Go on keep it rolling. Keep it rolling. I wouldn't put out nothing extra for this.
I agree. But he is throwing an alley hoop to goddamn Kendrick. Oh, you want to do this right before the Super Bowl? That's what you want to do. We had to talk about it because that's what we do, man. Y'all stay tuned, man. Like Jizzle say, man, hit the thumbs up for hip hop, man. Because that's what we here for.